Okay, so Preston Bus, you're probably all familiar with our services as Preston residents. We've been operating buses for over 120 years. Well, I say buses, previously trams and horse-drawn trams, and those trams, believe it or not, were zero emission. They were electric. So we're almost sort of going full circle. Our depot is on Deepdale Road near the city centre. We have about 90 buses in our fleet, and we employ about 200 people. 170 of those, so the vast majority of those are drivers. We operate 12 local bus services within Preston, and we sort of very much pride ourselves on having a comprehensive network across the city. So really there shouldn't be any part of the city that you can't access by bus. And we do operate a service 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. But in many cases, it's a lot longer day than that. We start as early as 5 o'clock in the morning, and services operate until sort of 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And that's all about connectivity to employment and things like that. We operate 2 park and ride sites on opposite sides of Strand Road. And we have an operational base at Preston bus station where our managers and supervisors are based. As Chris alluded to earlier, we do have a bus service improvement plan. That bus service improvement plan is Lancashire wide, and really delivering bus services, it can't be done by a bus operator alone or a local authority alone. We've got to work in partnership, and that's what the Lancashire Bus Service Improvement Plan really delivers. So that was introduced a couple of years ago now. We've got a formal enhanced partnership, which is a partnership between the county council and the bus operators, and the city council and other sort of stakeholders are involved with that as well. So I'll move on to the next slide about what we're doing specifically to contribute to decarbonisation. So the decarbonisation objectives, I think it's on us twice as a bus operator. So firstly, we need to attract more people to using bus services, as Ben's just mentioned. It's about getting people out of their private cars and onto buses, and that's really about making sure we've got an attractive offering. So it's about having a clean and presentable fleet. It's about having well-trained drivers. It's about operating a reliable service. It's about charging reasonable fares, and it's about making sure that the network is there to take people where they want to go. And once we sort of build up patronage and you get more people onto the network, it means that we can expand the network. It means that we can put more services on. It means that we can put newer buses onto the road, and that has a cyclical effect, and we end up in a sort of cycle of positivity. The second part of it is to decarbonise the buses that are in operation, and this is very straightforward, but it's also very challenging. So as a business, as an operation, 95% of our carbon emissions come from our operational bus fleet. Currently, that operational bus fleet is all diesel or diesel hybrid powered. So we really need to transition over to electric vehicle operation as quickly as possible. So as a business, we've said we don't want to buy any more diesel buses. The next new buses that we buy for Preston will be fully electric, and we will cycle buses into the fleet, and I envisage within the next 15 years we'll have a fully electric fleet. So the average sort of lifespan of a bus is 15 years of age. Our oldest buses are just over a year old, so therefore it follows we should have an electric fleet within the next 15 years. There are economical and practical concerns around that. Electric vehicles are very expensive at the moment, and there's also a requirement for depot charging infrastructure to be installed as well. Again, it's very expensive, but it's a capital cost. Once that capital cost has been paid, the ongoing costs of operating those buses are lower. So it's an investment.
Thomas, just a bit less than a minute left.
Okay, well, I'm just about wrapped up there. The sort of final comments I'd make is, in order to achieve this, and I alluded to it earlier, we have to work in partnership, and it's primarily the county council as the highway authority, but Preston City Council has a really important role to play as well. And I'd like to say that we do have that relationship there. But if we want to make progress, we need to build upon what's there and speed things up. Thank you very much.